Hey guys, it's Friday and it's time for another weekly wrap. This week has been a lot more productive. In saying that, we have had Matthew off. Unfortunately, his daughter has become ill and he's had to take some time off just to look after his family. So family always does come first before work. So he's got the time off there. So I'm praying to God that we have him back next week because this week I've been pretty much run off my feet flat out. So I've been getting into work super early and working late. And if everyone knows me, I stopped working late and starting early years ago. So, but anyway, we've got through the week. We made it to Friday and we had a few delays, had to cancel a few jobs, cancel a few higher jobs for the dyno, just mainly prioritising on our workshop work and the cars that are in the workshop, so just to keep the flow of traffic going. So, but we've got this VZ, got this one all tuned up. I actually come in early this morning to get this one done. The boys have been working on it over the course of the week. This one came in with a Turbo 400, had just been recently installed, and a couple of little like engine mounts and the rear mount. The transmission was no good, a few leaks. Inhibitor switch wasn't set up right. The reverse lights were wired up to the wrong micro switch on the shifter. So the actual reverse lights were coming on in park and neutral, which obviously needs to go in reverse. So, but Darian sort of fixed that all up yesterday, and I came in early this morning and gave it a tune. So actually made pretty good power for what it is, you know what I mean. So it's 404 kilowatts, but you know, almost 700 newton meters of torque, which this thing will just blow tires off out in the road. No worries at all. Just sort the light out there so you can see it better. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Boost is pretty low actually, so it sort of comes on at around sort of 8 pound of boost, and then by the end of the run it's down to 6 pounds. So if we could actually get it to hold that 8 pound of boost, this would be making high 400s, no worries at all. So yeah, look, it is geared up. It's not geared for a lot of boost, and you know, it has got the 6PK on it. It doesn't have the re-wrap, so Harrop actually do a re-wrap version which gets the belt wrap a lot more better on the belt and removes a lot of that belt slip. So if this customer wants to make any more power, yeah, we'll need to sort of rectify that, but I don't think he really needs to. That car out in the street's going to be absolute animals. So we've got the F6 back together. This is the one with the special ATP special turbocharger on it. So we're I'm actually hoping to get that on the dyno possibly today, and I may come in over the weekend and actually tune this one up. So really looking forward to this one. This has been an exciting one. It's, yeah, been really looking forward to getting that one going. Jeep in the background, which is actually my car. We will get onto that one. There's some development work that we do need to do, obviously for our Hemi program that we're working on. So, but yeah, but Costa's S15's been sitting in the background, getting no attention, so no attention on social media anyway, so I thought I'd better introduce it this week. This has got a PMC built SR20 VE head, so pretty fancy rocket cover there. You know, it's got all the good gear, billet, you know, hypertune gear, manifolds, you know, it's all dry sumped. There's all the pump down there, hypertune manifold, twin gates, you know, EFR, Borg Warner turbocharger. One thing that we've had to do a lot of work on is with this pulley system, so we've had to obviously relocate the alternator to the other side. So we spent a lot of time fabricating this bracket. It isn't the fittest product, it does still need to be painted, but we're not going to do that until we've actually fully tested it. But you can see we've paid a lot of attention to keeping the belt wrap on everything, so good wrap on the alternator, awesome wrap on the crankshaft, and you know, good wrap on the water pump. So you want to make sure that when you're doing belt wrap on these sort of engines, especially high RPM, that you've got good belt wrap, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't spend enough time with belt wrap, and you know, there's no point having 20% belt wrap on a water pump. Like, you really want a lot more than that, so you want to make sure everything's spinning with no belt slip. And yeah, as you can see, we have focused a lot of time on that one. So, but yeah, it's still quite early here, so the boys haven't got here yet. Got a few other jobs I want to sort of show you in the workshop, and we'll I'll do that over the course of the day. So this video will probably have a few little glitches in it in the sense of the editing. I do apologise for that, but I've been pretty much ran off my feet all week. So I was even debating whether I even did a weekly wrap this week, but no, I've got to keep up with it. So we'll show you the Silverado that Jade's just recently done, and we've got a blue VF, this one here on the hoist. Once we get the cars out, I'll run you through that. I'll do a video on that. I've been quite active with YouTube, so I've been making a lot of videos over the course of the week. So, some cars will make it on this weekly wrap, and other cars will get their own sort of feature on YouTube on its own, and sometimes I'll just combine them all together. So I will do my best to keep it all, in order. But yeah, if there's a few spots that don't quite line up, don't hate me for it. I'm just trying to give you guys footage and show you what's going on around here. So, but yeah, we'll get the cars out of the workshop, and then I'll try and get another walk around. So Jade's been working flat out on this Silverado 1500. This is brand spanker, so this came to us as a pre-delivery, and the customer's chosen to do the Walkinshaw Fury pack on it. So this has come up really good. Jade's done a magic job on this one. So painted the calipers red for the customer, got the 18-inch bronze, met the wheels, because we weren't sure how that was going to look in the blue, but I like it. It suits my taste buds. May not suit other people's, but you know what, it's what the customer likes is what really matters at the end of it all. And yeah, like, it's come up really good. So it's got a 2-inch lift kit on it, WP exhaust system, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's come up really well. I'm starting to see a lot of these, and I did a short video on this one over the course of the week, and I've also just dropped a video on episode 1 of our one, the white Silverado. So keep an eye on YouTube on the channel for that one. So we'll be doing lots of regular updates on that. Got a lot of plans for that one. So this Nissan Patrol has been an absolute nightmare for us. We've been going over it flat out. Got a starting issue with this thing. Just doesn't want to start when it's cold, or cylinders are cold, and still starts really crap when it's warm. And man, well, I've bought a whole heap of diagnostic gear. I've bought a lot of stuff to try and diagnose this car, and it just doesn't matter what we do. We just keep throwing money at it, and this thing just doesn't want to play ball. And no matter how much we test everything out, everything comes back testing good. Compression, everything's like leak downs, the whole lot. So you got Nissan Patrol out there, a ZD30, that's had a similar issue where it just doesn't want to start. It's got to crank and crank and crank, and then finally, gets enough life to go, and you've solved the problem. Hey, please let us know. I need help. It's we're mechanics. We're good at what we do. We're good at diagnosing things, but sometimes you just get a car that beats you, and this one's beating all of us. So it's probably one of those jobs where you want to walk away from it for a month, and you got a light bulb, the light bulb will go off in your head, and you'll be like, I know what the problem is. So sometimes when you bury yourself in a job too long, it can sometimes blindside you. So unfortunately, we're all a little bit exhausted on that one. So spend a few more hours on it today again and see what we can find out. So, but this blue VF that we've just done, I'll lower it down. We come up really good. We actually chose to use a different camshaft than this one. We normally use like a Crocan 1249, which is a really good cam, and it is our go-to camshaft, but I really like this 1287. It's got a wide lobe. It works so good with with a high stall converter, not a factory run, high stall. But I've done a separate video on this car because it really deserves its own sort of segment, especially showcasing the camshaft and the power it makes and so on. So, but Cassidy's been responsible for all the LS builds lately, so it's coming up really good. We're just putting the coolant in it now after it's been a couple of heat cycles. So, but yeah, this customer's going to be stoked with this one. This come up absolutely awesome. And we done a V6 during the week as well, which I did a YouTube video on that one, and that was really good too. You get the odd idiot that carries on about they sound like a fart and whatnot, but yeah, look, just don't do it. It's not cool. Everyone has different tastes. Everyone likes different things. I like olives. You don't like olives. That's just the way it is. Way of life. So if you don't like something that someone has, or you don't like what it looks like, don't publicly say it. Like, you can say it amongst mates that you don't like the way it sounds, but don't shame people. It's not cool. But yeah, we'll get Nick's down. So that's the turbo VF that we've been doing. I'm hoping by the end of the course of today, Jesse will have the turbocharger back on. if it's in this video, then it means it made it back on, and if it didn't, it means Jesse got stuck in the part shop, meaning he didn't do anything today. So we'll see how the day pans out, and you'll know what's happening as we get through this video as to how much progress we make to wrap up the week. So we'll keep moving on and we'll go from there. Another car that we've been struggling with is the Silverado. We've posted this up on all the episodes. We've actually made some really good progress with this one. Turns out we end up replacing the ECU, which Walkinshaw Performance kindly done under warranty, which we greatly appreciate. Turns out the ECU that was in it was actually faulty. So it's yeah, that's a really good reason why you should sort of stick to Walkinshaw for your upgrades on the on your GM, like your Silverado stuff, because their warranty is actually really good. And after all the testing we did, it all came back down to the PCM. So we actually, that's finally done. So I reckon another week of driving that around, and we're going to sign off on that one. And following on from the patrol, from when I started the video, the boys had made some really good progress in between the start of this video and to now. So we got the scope out and started scoping between the channels, and sort of there's the scope there. So topped on, this is our new scope that we've just recently purchased. And some of the issues that we've been following with this thing, as I said earlier, we had starting issues, and the more we look at this car, the more problems we found. And the first one was the fuel pump. Like, there was a lot of dirty stuff in the fuel pump, and it was really bad. And we ended up changing that, which was good. We've done a couple other things like glow plugs and so on, but what we found in the end with the scope is that it had some really bad connections in the wiring. So the boys have had to, this here, so these plugs here, they've actually had to pull all these parts, pull them apart and clean all the terminals and re-grease them. And mate, the car's now starting and running like it should. So yeah, it turns out Friday is turning out to be a good day. Looking forward to getting rid of some cars and getting back into the workshop builds. So and just to finish off what I'm doing now, it's just a speedo recalibration and the tune touch up on this one, so for a local guy. So but I'm now in front for the day, so it's good. I'm going to get into the FG, get that one done today, and hopefully next week we'll have some good good progress reports on the FG power and yeah, a few other cars. So but thanks guys, I'm going to sign off on this video for the rest of the week. Looking forward to the weekend. It's been a long week, so yeah, need to get on the bike, get out in the bush and clear the heads. So but we'll see you next week, see you for another wrap. Sorry guys, there's nothing on the Territory 2. No video will be posted on the Territory this week or anything to show. We just haven't touched it. So but anyway, have a good weekend, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Catch ya.